Hey, what's up, you guys? Stephanie Stallworth, AtlTrafficLady. Downtown. Is this even the lane I want? I don't think of that. Ay, ay, ay. I think I want the other street, the other one. But no, this could be it too. What's going on in the flow? So much happening in the flow, I tell you. So much happening in the flow. Um, hey, hi, how are ya? We're downtown. Downtown. See the Ferris wheel all lit up. I never get to see it lit up too much. I took the ride on that not long ago. It was fun. I was by myself though. But it wasn't that night when it's all lit up and pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. You know what I mean, jelly beans? Let's see this. Oh, yeah. All lit up and everything. And everything. And everything. Oh, let's see. So there's a lot going on downtown tonight. We got the Falcons game, and I thought it was all Falcons pedestrian traffic. I'm like, these don't look like Falcons. These are some other people doing some other things here. So I'm like, well, I'm like, oh yeah, the Tabernacle's right here. Maybe they just got a concert or something. Kind of what it looks like to me. I'll see that one Atlanta Falcon uh, jersey or anything, right? So there you have it. Get out of these people's way. Let me get out of the way. So we had a streetcar up there. Oh, looks like a little carriage ride. Horse-drawn carriage ride. I guess I got to show you it. There it is. See a little horse-drawn carriage with the lights. Cute. I don't see anybody in it though. I don't see anybody. But yeah, so we're here at Skyview, and we're at the carriage ride, and we're out the Tabernacle, and it is a Thursday night. Atlanta is fully loaded. I guess nobody's at home. Not even me. Not even me. Yep. So, okay, I see a couple of three carriages out there. One with a brown horse, one with a horse of a different color, the gray horse, and then I got the other one, the gray horse, brown horse, gray horse. I don't know a couple of the other horses. But you couldn't really go very far. I guess maybe they take you through the park. It says equine drawn carriage stand, 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. 1 p.m. to 6 a.m. weekends and holidays. You are bossy, little bossy red car here, huh? You just bust up in here like that's a whole lane when it's not. But I did the same thing, so I can't talk. All right, the other one's a brown horse. A brown horse. I guess they probably get more action on the weekends, huh? On the weekend. All right, so here's the tabernacle. Tabernacle venue. Yup. Oh, tonight was L King, October 3rd. L King. I think it just everybody got out of here. So yeah, it's an action-packed downtown, huh? So I have a few songs to share. One is John Legend. Um, Where do we go? Who knows? Each day gets better. I just gotta let her know. I gotta write a song. I had to write a song about her. Tell her I just can't live without her. Each day gets sweeter, sweeter and sweeter. I'll never leave you alone. Where do you go? So, where do we go? Who knows? But each day gets better. Write a song about me. Let me know you can't live without me. You know. Next time we get home, I'll play the song in the company while I'm just out in the vehicle now. we'll play that, and then we'll play New Edition. If it isn't love, if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Why? If it isn't love, if it isn't love, right? If it isn't love, baby, just take me back. Oh, won't you forgive me, girl? Do, 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 do. Y'all know the song. They do a great dance moves to it. If it isn't love, I think I love her. Or I think I love her. You think you love her? What? All his friends are like, what? You love somebody? Do, 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 do. Yes. What's the lyric? It says, I don't love her. I tried to tell myself. This is so true. But you can see it in my eyes. Oh, oh, so don't deny. I can't fool no one else. The truth is in the tears I cry. This is New Edition. If it isn't love, come on and sing that song. You know what it is. Because if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why do you feel that way? Why does she stay on my mind? Why does she stay on your mind? If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside. If it isn't love, do 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 do. If it isn't love, a couple blocks down here. If it isn't love, if it isn't love, but it is love. I know you never had that love like that before. The whole other song, never knew love like this before. Now I'm lonely, nevermore. Um, and if it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside. If it isn't love, I told her I never fall in love, but now I know better. See, now you know better. I know you told me you never fall in love. You was tough like you was never gonna fall in love, but now you know better, right? How does it feel? I can't describe this feeling that came when I saw her last night. Oh, 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 oh. I never knew these whole lyrics. She got to me. I'll let you know the reason. I saw her with another guy. If it isn't love, so if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? And if it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad, make me feel so sad inside? If it isn't love, then maybe she'll take me back. Hey girl, he's begging. I made a big mistake. It's all right. Won't you forgive him, girl? Of course, I'll forgive you. Now I can feel it. He never felt before. I really love her. You love her? What? Your friends are like, what? Family's like, what? You love somebody forever? Love her? What? So, if it isn't love, why do you feel this way? Why do I stay on your mind? If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make you feel so sad inside if it isn't love? Yes, if it isn't love. Do, 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 do. What else is on the lyric? Then they said, I think that was it. He said, maybe she'll take me back. Hey, girl, he's begging. I made a big mistake. Won't you forgive him, girl? Now I can feel it. You never felt it before. I really, and then you admit it. I really love her. You said, you love her? What? Yes, I do. Okay, I admit it. It took my heart to shatter in 1,000 pieces before I ever dropped my pride. Come on, pride. Love is stronger than pride, so they said. Love is stronger than pride. Pride and ego will make you lose everybody important to you. Don't do it, baby. Don't do it. I'll say, don't do that doggone thing. Yeah. Love is stronger than pride. Let that pride thing go, baby, and just fall through the love or step into the love because you're not falling into love. You decide, I'm going to allow that to happen, right? But, yes, honey. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, so what else they say? Yeah. If it isn't love, do, 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 do. I'm gonna hurry up and get ready on the highway. If it isn't love, where is that thing? Let's go back to that. It took my heart to shatter in 1,000 pieces before I'd ever drop my pride. Oh, 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 oh. Losing love, worrying about my image. Who cares what people think? Really helped me realize if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? So that whole verse right there. It took my heart to shatter in 1,000 pieces before I ever dropped my pride, right? Before I ever dropped my pride. Worrying about my image. When I miss out on love, worrying about your image. The love of your life, worrying about your image. Who cares about that? Your image is going to be good when they realize you got a whole real love. Who's not going to love that love for it? God ordained too. God put that thing together. Gave you the best, biggest gift of your life. You don't want him to give it to somebody else. No good. Hey, thanks for that. Right? So it's a little, if it isn't love lyrics. Why do I feel this way? Maybe she'll take me back. I made a big mistake. Won't you forgive me, girl? You get to sing that song to your person. They'll forgive you. I forgive you. I know you ain't know no better back then, but now you know. Now you know. If you don't know, now you know, right? Now you know. And it's all good. Oh my God. I cannot wait for you to show up for this whole reunion, for this whole brand new start, right? We need a new start. We need a new start. We need a do-over. We need to hit the reset button, right? Got to control, alt, and delete ones that don't belong in the system. He's draining the life out of you, man. Taking all your good looks away. Stressing you out. You know what I mean? People stress you out. You're nuts. Ask yourself. Let me compare. Let me do a bar graph or a pie chart, or let me do a line graph about where I was in my life before I got with that nutty person, fake person, and where I am now. Now, is it an upward trend or a downward trend? And are you now where you thought you would be at this stage in the game with that fake person? The answer, I only have to wait for your answer. The answer is no. You are not better off. The answer is you're in a huge downward, not a trend. We're not trending. You just free fall all the way down. Like, It's a huge plunge, right? It's a plunge. So, in taking inventory of your situation, you got to ask yourself these questions, right? It's so important to take inventory. Make sure that everything's lining up the way that it should. That you didn't, you know, mess up by getting on with this fake person. Because, I mean, I know you did, but you're like, should I step away from it? The answer is yes. Why would you not? If it is in love, why do you feel this way? You never felt this way before. That he never felt before. I really love her. You love her? What? Say, yes, I do. She loves me too. If it is in love. And take that plunge, right? Talking to my students today from out of class. One of them was talking about things they're going forward with in their life and going into the unknown. And it feels like they're taking a plunge in deep waters. We don't know how deep the waters are until we get in them, until we plunge into them. And they were worried about it. And I said to them, you might be plunging into the unknown. I mean, it's unknown with direction from God, okay? He's not faith, he believes God's leading him. But it still is a little concern, right? Much like you are, right? You know God's leading you, but still a little concerned. So, like, I don't know, this is unknown territory. You know? Do I leave everything on shore that I'm working with now and plunge in to the unknown, although God set the unknown up? Of course you should. Why would you not? But in his situation, my student's situation, he believes God's leading him, ordering his steps, but he still is concerned about the unknown at that point, right? And like, well, it doesn't, and how deep the water is. He doesn't know how deep that water is he's about to jump into. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter how deep the water is if you know how to swim. Say that again, Stephanie. It doesn't matter how deep the water is if you know how to swim. The water could be 1 inch or 1,000 feet deep. If you can swim, you're not going to get pulled down. You're not going under. If you can't swim or even doggy paddle, forget about it. It does matter how deep the water is. So if you're going to plunge into the unknown, you got to know how to swim. And in order to know how to swim, you got to do the work. You got to take the swimming lessons. You got to work on yourself, right? So in his case, he worked on himself, working on things, changing things, improving things, kind of like a HowWeFlow.Today community members, right? And he's done the work, so he knows how to swim. So literally, it doesn't matter how deep the water is about to plunge into because he knows how to swim. And it doesn't matter how deep the water is because you're going to be fine. Now, if he didn't do the work on himself, if you didn't do the work on yourself, but you did, and I'm so proud of you, yay. You just are transformed, honey. Don't let them drag you down, take all your peace and good looks away, make you look all worried and whatnot. Don't let them worry you. Then leave them on shore. I'm going out into the deep. You big. So because you know how to swim, and I don't mean if you're not a swimmer in your real life, because I don't know if you're not a swimmer in your real life, but I'm talking about, have you taken the swimming lessons? Have you learned the lessons of swimming? Have you learned the lessons of things you have to continue to keep repeating again and again? You keep getting in the same cycle again and again, the same toxic cycle again and again. Why? Simply because you did not learn the lesson yet. But I believe you learned the lesson, which is equivalent to you taking your swimming lessons. You pass your swimming lesson test, and you can swim. So you are certified to jump into these deeper unknown waters that you've never tested before because you can swim. So you're fine, right? You are fine. And deep the waters are. Don't be nervous. Can you swim? No. Well, go back and learn the lessons of swimming and then come back. Are you ready? I don't know. Did you learn how to swim? Almost. Well, go back and learn the other lessons again of swimming and come back. I'm the water talking to you, swimmer, or the future swimmer, or your current swimmer now, because now you've learned the lessons, right? So you learn the lessons in your life. You're not repeating the same old lessons again and again. The same old mishaps again and again, the same old poor decisions again and again, because you learned the lesson not to play with the toys from the broken toy box. God gave you a perfectly brand new, perfect toy just for you, laid it right in front of you. And you said, I don't want that nice, pretty, good toy. I just want the old broken toy. And sometimes people want their broken toys. If let's say, imagine you're a kid and you have your favorite toy, but it's broken a little bit. But you still love that thing. I still want it. I can still play with it a little bit. We had some good times. Yeah, you probably had. That darn Conyers chemist. Yeah, you probably had some good times, but they can't do all the things you really want them to do now because they're broken. They didn't do any swimming lesson work. They're still broken. They're still bleeding on everybody. They're hurt feet, shouting and spouting and shouting, right? You don't need them. They need to go get fixed. They need to go learn their lesson. But you already learned your lesson, so you can't hang out with them anymore. Sorry. It's time for you to level up. And launch out into the deep, baby. Launch out into the deep. So there's that part. And then I was talking to another one of my students, and they were sharing a speech video that they had to do. And talking about her little nephew, who was 3 years old, something like that, 3 years old at the time. Mother ran a daycare at home, in their home, and she had a bunch of kiddos in there that she took care of during the day, plus her own son was one of the students. So when she was getting things ready for everybody, I think she was baking some cookies. And the scent of cookies baking wafts throughout the whole home, as it does, and will, and does, right? And did. And so the little boy, her son, he was in the kitchen just standing around, looking around. You could see the cookies. They were done. And Mom said, "Oh, honey, don't come on out of there and go ahead and sit in there with the other kiddos while I get things ready for, what we're going to do next. And don't worry about the cookies and all of that. Don't touch the cookies." And he didn't say okay or anything, and he didn't come out there. He just stayed in there. So my student, who was the aunt visiting over there, said, come on, so-and-so. Come on out of there now. Your mom, I don't want you to get in no trouble. Your mom said, come on out of there and don't touch those cookies or anything. I don't know if I can trust you. Not touching the cookies. I know you love the cookies. I don't know if I can trust you. And he said to the aunt, it's okay, Auntie. It's okay if you don't trust me to not eat these cookies. He said, because I trust myself. He trusts himself not to eat the cookies. Do you trust yourself not to eat the cookies that are wafting around you and fanning around you and whatnot? And just to do what is right and good. Don't eat the cookies. You're going to get your cookies and then some. Do what you're supposed to do. But don't eat them cookies that's wafting their scent around you, fanning their little cells around you. I don't trust you to do so-and-so, not to touch those cookies that's fanning around you. I'm talking about people. And people say, I don't know. I know your lifestyle, how it's been for you. I don't know if you're ready for doing this or that. I don't know if I trust you, friend, if you're going to stay faithful or whatever that might be that people might say to you. And they might not. And you could say to them, well, that's okay, because I trust myself. I know what I'm going to do and what I'm capable of. You know what I do. I know in my mind I'm not going to be touching them cookies standing around me. I know what I really want and what I really love and who I'm really in love with and what I'm going to be doing. All the rest of it is nothing to me. I have self-control, but I trust myself. And the question remains, do you trust yourself to go into this uncharted territory that you've never been in? You got to know that you trust yourself. You know yourself better than anybody. It doesn't matter. I know past performance is an indicator of future behavior, of course. However, when you flip the switch, you know we're in this community, we flip that switch, and we make the change, baby. And so you make the change, and all the changes in your life to make you become your best self, right? The highest version of you. You can trust yourself because you did the work. You got some inner strength. You have some self-control. You have impulse control, and you are in a space that you've never been in before, where you're completely elevated, and you're your highest version of you. So you trust yourself. I trust myself. Not to even go back to that messy kiddie pool that I've been playing in for a while, right? No, thank you. No, thank you. And so it's okay if y'all don't trust me. You tell them it's okay if you don't believe I'm going to do this right this time, because you don't have to trust me. I trust myself. So from the mouth of a 3-year-old, I trust myself. Let that one preach for you. I trust myself. And of course you trust God, right? So, launch out into the deep, baby. It is, it's the water is nice and warm and good and woo-wee, refreshing. You look like you're refreshed as you've leveled up in your lesson in life and got to your How We Flow Out Today best self, ready to live your best life, your dream life, the life you don't take a vacation from. Anybody trying to tear you down in your new best life that you crafted and curated for yourself, and God put it right in front of you for you to have. And before you learned the swimming lesson, you didn't believe you were good enough for it. You didn't believe that it was possible for you. In fact, you never even experienced it because you just kept kiddie pool energy, right? And so now that you know, not only that there is more, but there is more for you, and you believe God and what He showed you and handed to you. You may have pushed it away before because that was your unhealed self. But your healed self cannot be moved or turned around. So no matter how many people try to discourage you, are you sure? You should just keep doing what we've been doing. You should just stay here. Don't let people prolong you any longer. They are trying to create illusions, to slow down your timeline. I talked about another video. So the timeline is not, it's off. The timeline is off because of foot dragging and shoe stuffing, right? And because the timeline is off, then, your destiny partner be like, look, they're taking too daggone long. How much longer I gotta wait? I'm gonna get out of here. And so the fake person that has you wants to definitely swap with your real person. They want to keep dragging the timeline and slowing it down so that your real person says, forget it, they're taking too long. So don't allow them with their antics and their calculated ways, because that's what they have and that's what they do and are. Don't allow them to keep you where you don't even want to be and you don't belong anymore. Don't let any of their little tricks and fancy crap work. And I'm saying crap, their junk work. Don't even entertain them. They don't need to be sitting next to you nowhere. They don't need to be traveling with you. They don't need to be laying with you. They don't need to be doing nothing with you, because all they're doing is trying to slow you down to keep you from your divine destiny. And again, ask them why. If you serve the same God, why don't you want me to have what God has for me, even if it's not you? They're just trying to slow down your timeline so your person gives up. And then they get to keep you. I get to keep you. No, they don't get to keep you. And so we're counting on you over here. I'm over here counting on you to abandon that timeline and Ask God to redeem the time and put you right in your rightful place with the true, unconditional love of your life, the best life ever, feeling you never felt before. I really love her. You love her? What? They don't want to hear that. You love her. They're trying to thwart your efforts to be together with your destiny partner. But again, as I always say, they can't stop what God has started. God's will be done. You understand? So I personally don't want to be dragging my feet about God's will, because He's going to ask me, Stephanie, why were you dragging your feet when I told you to go? I told you to jump into the deep, into the unknown, and you didn't do it. And I don't want Him to ask you that either. I'm sure He can ask you about the last 6 years worth of not doing it, but let's say you didn't know any better then, but now you know. If you don't know, now you know. So because now you know, then you should not hesitate any longer, okay? Cut the wires, cut the puppet strings from the puppeteers that are controlling your life, or were controlling your life. I don't think they are so much anymore, but a little bit, because you're still sitting up next to them. Still got them propped up there, microphone, doing stuff. I don't know why nobody want to hear them anyway. You can see it on all the front row faces that day. That's the last little midweek encounter y'all had over there. They spouting and shouting from the front, and the people are like, not this person. Why are they back here? They didn't show up last week. They canceled out last week when you really needed them to take your place. They didn't do it. So you had to show up. And then you lose precious time up there with your family that you needed prior to, what occurred. So, I think that's enough damage for somebody right there. I would be gone. Like, what? I could have had another day up there with them, and now I don't ever have that again because you wouldn't show up? You wouldn't show up when I needed you to take over for me, and you wouldn't do it? Really? Is that where we are? Child, please. Anyhow. And that is that with that, ladies and gentlemen. That is that with that. What do you do with a scurvy pirate? Load the cannon up and fire it. What do you do with a scurvy pirate? Make them walk the plank, baby. But I think you done send them packing, even though you didn't make it public yet, but you need to. You really do need to. Yeah, I mean, the longer you keep them there, the more they're sabotaging you. Because they know you don't want them there, the more they're sabotaging you. The more they have access to anything regarding you, the more they sabotage you. Let them beat you anything, fix you anything, make you anything, no drinks, no food, no nothing. I wouldn't be near them. I would be completely separate from them, and they would have to email me in order to talk. Turn the tables around, please, and thank you. And only work-related stuff. You block them all the way. That's who should be blocked. If you want, I know who should be blocked. That's who should be blocked. It's over, okay? Just so you understand me. It is over. OVA don't even deserve an R. Over. Over and out. Copy. Are you in or are you out? That's what I want to know. Are you in or are you out? Denzel said in the Unstoppable movie. Are you in or are you out? I'm in. All right, then. Jump in. What are you waiting for? Stop playing around with this thing. There is too much at stake. And we don't get no extra days. Every day that goes by is a day that goes by. You don't get it back. Every week that goes by is a week that goes by. Every holiday that goes by is a holiday that goes by. Every time you could be together with your true person that goes by. You don't get these chances back. How many years do you want to go by? It'll be 6 years here next month. So really, I don't think you want to do that. I don't think you're trying to do that. But I'm just trying to get you to get in a hurry. Like, make haste, make haste. Get stepping with it, right? Because your destiny awaits. The life you dreamed of, the dream life with your dream partner is awaiting. Like, really? Could this be someone truly for me? Or is it a cruel fantasy? That's Will Downing and Rochelle Farrell. Nothing has ever felt like this. Nothing has ever. I know I can't sing. You know I can't sing, but I still love to. Nothing has ever felt like this. No, 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 no. Nothing has ever meant the world to me. The whole world to me. I know you treasure me. And then that's what she says. And he says, and I know I'm the only man you see. You better believe it. I really love you. I love my life with you. We share a life together. I love you right now and forever. I can't sing. I love you right now and forever. Nothing has ever felt like this. No, no. Nothing has ever meant the whole world to me. Nothing has ever been this good. Nothing. Come on, tell the truth and shame the devil. Nothing has ever been this right. Nothing. Nothing so sweet in my life. Oh, oh. Nothing has ever been this good, boy. And nothing is no good has ever felt so right before my love. Ain't nothing ever been so sweet. Ain't nothing ever felt so good. Felt this right. Felt so sweet in my life. Nothing this good. Oh, I love you more. And I love you too. Nothing is good. Nothing ever felt like this before. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Why? If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside. If it isn't love, right? Let your pride get away of your love. Like what? What? I tell you what? Don't do it. Don't do it. Love is stronger than pride, honey. Your best days are ahead of you. If you didn't know. In case you didn't know. Oh, there's a little baby deer. Don't you run out here. Nothing is good. Yeah, there you go. Yes, indeed. How about some Ray Goodman and Brown classic? Special lady. Must be a special lady. And a very exciting girl. So exciting. You gotta be a special lady. Come about it, baby. Cause you got me sitting on top of the world. Sitting on top of the world. Somehow I knew it would be you to change my gray skies to blue. Before I met you, my sun didn't want to shine. And I know it from behind. Pop went the weasel. In my mind, did the weasel go pop in your mind? Hey, you must be a special lady and a very exciting girl. So exciting, you gotta be a special lady. Cause you got me sitting on top of the world. Sitting on top of the world. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So think about it and understand. And then North, the cheer, he's an old cheer, old stick cheer. We were the North All Star cheerleaders for the northern part of our area. And then there was the South, it was a North South game, North All Star football game, North versus South All Star football game. And I was on a North All Star cheerleading crew. And so it said North, you're North. I'm telling you North, okay? And we're North, and South is the fake phony one, right? So North, strike back, take hold and fight, beat South for victory tonight. North, make your move, strike back. North, make your move. Strike back. They try to mess you up. Strike back. Sit there and take it. I know you know about it now. Take hold and fight. You don't take it, you take hold of them and fight. I tell you, you can't fight like you fight out of no wet paper bag, neither. You got to fight your way out of this thing, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, baby. You know this thing. And whether it's, that, fake individual or the spirit within. We're fighting against that spirit right now. They're pretty on the outside, but the spirit is really dark. It's really diabolical, evil, calculating, conniving, and diabolical, if you will, right? Because they don't want you to have your destiny. What on earth? What kind of person doesn't want you to have what God has for you? They should be worried about what God has for them, not trying to keep you from what God has for you that's right in front of you. They don't even know what God has for them. They're too busy worried about what God has for you. Trying to take somebody else's destiny. Somebody else's what God has for somebody else, not what God has for them. That's the problem. Mind their own business. The whole program for them, that fake person and your friend, they don't even like each other, but they joined up together to keep you from getting your destiny. I tell you that. That they did. So it's like, okay, they don't want me to have what God has for me. What is the deal with that? What is the dealio? Or they gave him some, or what they did to get that person on your side, except that they both don't want your person to be with you. That's the one thing they agreed on. The rest of it, they stand each other, right? And not a lot of people could stand that fake person anyway, because they're overbearing, and they are using their power for evil, right? They're abusing their power, and they just want all the titles and do no work, and they only want to be on when the camera is on them. Otherwise, they're like a Michigan J frog just sitting there like a bump on the log. And they only want the camera time and the mic time, but they don't want to do none of the work behind the scenes. They lazy. They want to connive and be calculated about how to get stuff off of other people instead of how to do stuff on their own. And that's not the energy you need around you. And furthermore, I would never let them pray nothing for me. I would never let them lay their hands on me. Oh, I don't know why you let that person lay hands on people. They don't have no oil. I wouldn't even, I can't sit under that. I can't sit under them with that. They can't lay no hands on me or none of my people. I wouldn't let them be around my kids or nothing. I don't know why you do that. But please don't. Family, none of it. They can't have access. They wouldn't be allowed to have access if I know what they're really about. And you do know now. So hopefully you're not giving them access anymore. Access is denied. Right? And you can flip the tables. The only way they can reach out to you is not by the phone, not by the social media, It's an email only about work stuff. See how that fits and let them try that on the side. And they'll see. You'll know what it is. You will know what it is. You know? So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Children of all ages. Love you so much. Oh, love, hugs, pats, all of that, all of that. I couldn't do all that because I was driving. Love, hugs, pats, all of that, hard eyes, and so on and so forth, and such and such. This is my 18-hour day, and I'm getting up in about 12, 1, 2, 3, about 5 hours. I get back up and go to work, doing traffic in the morning. Blah. So hurry up, please, so we can change the dynamic here. You know, I'm somebody who's willing to work hard. I don't want to have to do it all the daggone time. Let's balance this thing out. They someone that don't want to do nothing. But anyway, they're not for you anyway, so it doesn't even matter what they want to do. Who cares? All they did was bring you and your partner together. By all the separation mess that they tried to do, it only drew us closer. And like I said in the last video, thank you. And your assignment is over. God is done with you on this assignment. You helped my person learn their swimming lessons and level up, and now you may exit the building. Please and thank you. And good night. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. You take that diabolical energy to nowhere. You need to bury it somewhere and be done and repent. All your pride to go with you too. I don't want to talk to them. They got all this pride and ego and all this hurt piece. And then, you know, it's like you and them compete with each other about pride and ego and who's this and who's that. And that's why you all back and forth with each other. You know, nobody has to deal with that mess. So let the pride and the ego go, which I think you're doing. They need to figure their own self out. There's no more connection. It's over. Their job is done. You thank them for helping bring you closer to your divine destiny. And their mission, it succeeded for us, but it failed for them. As hard as they were working, they just made it happen faster. And they made it happen better. They made the union stronger. Thank you, fake destiny swappers. We win. Not y'all. We do. And God does. God's kingdom does. Because that is not representative of the place that you're leaving. Sorry. It's not up to snuff. And there's more that God has for you, and there's more He requires of you and of me. So anyhow, if it isn't love, why do you feel this way? Why does she stay on your mind? If it isn't love, you know what I mean? Baby, just take me back. I made a big mistake. Won't you forgive me, girl? Do. I think I love her. I really love her. They say you love her. What? So when you told your friend back in the beginning that you really love your person, they were like, what? Your friend, your longtime friend. And they were not going to have that happen because they knew that if you really got what the person God had for you, they would be out. They would be out of getting all of the perks that they're getting by being around you, especially that fake person that was in there that they worked with diabolically to separate you and delay your blessing. But they were not going to let it happen. And your fake person definitely ain't trying to let it happen. Because then she'll have to actually work. She'll probably find somebody else to leech off of, but hopefully she won't. You know, you let everybody know that's what it really is. They fooled you, they fooled me, or she fooled you, she fooled me. And We're not going to let her fool nobody else. This is what it really is. And rip the covers off of that thing, baby. Because it's too diabolical to let it just go on to a next victim to victimize somebody else. You can't let that person victimize nobody else. And have them propped up in places. No, not at all. Not at all, right? So we're counting on you. It took my heart to shatter in 1,000 pieces before I ever dropped my pride. Losing love, worrying about my image, really helped me realize if it isn't love, why do I feel this way, right? Why does she stay on my mind? If it isn't love, why do I hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside if it isn't love. If it isn't love, if it isn't love. It took my heart to shatter in 1,000 pieces before I'd ever drop my pride. Don't let the pride and ego get away from you. Losing love, worrying about your image. What? Losing love, worrying about your image. Does that make sense? To some people, that makes sense. Oh no, I got to make sure I'm looking a certain way, and we look a certain way, and they look a certain way, and they fit a certain image. Who cares? If you can't stand that person, you got to live your life with them. That is a disaster. I will never, never will I ever do that. Losing love, worried about my image, and then you lose the love of your life. It should really help you realize if it isn't love, right? I told her I never fall in love, but now I know better, right? These are good lyrics, New Edition. Thank you so much, right? I don't love her, I tried to tell myself in the beginning, in the middle, but you can see it in my eyes. So don't deny. I can't fool no one else. The truth is in the tears I cry, because if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind constantly? And the feeling is mutual, by the way, so it ain't like it's one-sided, right? I don't love him. I tried to tell myself, but you can see it in my eyes. I'll reverse it to make it for a female. So don't deny. I can't fool no one else. The truth is in the tears I cry. Because if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does he stay on my mind? And if it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside if it isn't love. I told him I'd never fall in love, but now I know better. How does it feel? I can't describe this feeling that came when I saw him last night. He got to me. I'll let you know the reason. I saw him with another girl. What? I can't describe the feeling that came when I saw that mess 3-4 months ago. I'm like, what? What? He got to me. I'll let you know the reason. I saw one another. Like, what? What are you doing? Do you not understand? Know ye not? You casting your pearls before swine. What are we doing? Can you see yourself? Do you even know who you are? You're higher leveled up than that. You just can't see it because they got your vision veiled. You can't see clearly. But I'm trying to wipe them eyeballs out so you can see everything. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And then you can see if it isn't love, why do you feel this way? Right? All right, I got to go in because, I'm going to get 4 hours of sleep. So, and my voice is already tired after 20 hours today. So, if it isn't love, but it is, why do you feel this way, right? Why does she stay on my mind? Why does he stay on my mind? Oh my gosh, spend too much time thinking on this. I can't even focus on my regular duties I gotta do like I want to, right? Trying to run my business, fooling around with waiting for this. Stop it. I got stuff to do, right? We got empires to build, honey. We got time for no fooling around, whistling daggone Dixie. All right, you guys. I gotta go. Love you so much. Love, hugs, pats, all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that. I want all of that, all of that. You will not be denied if you show up or if you contact or whatever, and you reach out and you request, or you let your person know everything. And then it's all the way up from there. So stop worrying. Go on and take that plunge into the deep because you can swim. No matter how deep the water is, the unknown territory is, you can swim. You learned all your lessons. You're ready. The last lesson is, will you cut away from the person, the fake person, to go to your own real life? Will you put yourself first for once? Put your own needs first. Putting your own needs first is self-care. And oh well, they got to fend for themselves. They're grown. You're not leaving some kid abandoned somewhere. This is another grown individual. They can fend for themselves. They're grown. They're educated. They got enough exposure hanging around with you that they can go do whatever they're going to do. But you can't worry about it. Don't let it be in the back of your mind, in the front of your mind, the side of your mind, nowhere in your mind. Just move on in life. Like my ex-boyfriend said in college. Stephanie, do you have a life? You have a life? What you mean? Why did I say that? Then why don't you go live it? And let them go live their life while you go live yours. Ask them, do you have a life? They're going to be like, why are you asking me that? Then why don't you go live it? They're losing control of you. That's what they're getting so upset about. And they're getting very worried. They are very threatened by what's about to happen or what's happening even now. And let it happen. Don't let them manipulate you back into some situation. No, sir, no, ma'am. Let them keep that jewelry. Shucks. That's like you paying somebody to clear out the mess of your life so you can have your real life. You're worth the investment. Your life and your love is worth the investment, baby, to get rid of that mess. You might have had a hefty price tag on it, but it came with a whole mess. I'd rather have a hefty price tag that came with a whole beautiful thing, the most amazing relationship I've ever had. That's what I want. If it has a hefty price tag, I don't want to pay to be miserable. Why are you paying to be miserable? Just consider it an investment, and you cut the ties, and it's over. You're good. Well, you got a whole great life waiting for you, so you better hurry up. I know you're busy this week, but you know what? When you get back or whatever, let's talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. I'm happy to talk about anything. But the diabolical, shape-shifting, destiny-swapping, fake Jezebel spirits got to go. You know what I mean? And you know it deep down. You know, you don't need to fool with that. You got bigger fish to fry. All right, I gotta go. I can't see the star. Love you. God bless you. See you soon. Praying for you this week. I know it's a very tough week for one person here in the HowWeFlow.Today community. I'm praying for you, and also for all the Bryant family. The homegoing celebration of Reverend Dr. Cecilia Williams Bryant, Supervisor Cecilia Williams Bryant. Going on to glory. Going on to glory, honey. She earned her reward, as we also will someday. So, standing with you, Doc. Standing with you guys, okay? I wish I could be up there, but I'll be watching the live stream. And standing with you guys, okay? Standing with you. I'm always rocking with you anyway. You know I ain't going nowhere. I'm here to get what God has for me. So when you're all done, you come back down yonder, hit a girl up. All right? All right. A soft place to fall. And you're what you love. You think Trek is your what you love. Yes, indeed. All right. Love you. God bless you. Mwah. I got to go. I'll see you soon. Talk to you sooner. And let's get her done. And, you know, it is what it is. If it isn't love, why do we feel this way? Love you. Mwah. See you soon. Bye bye.